What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have not filmed a video in a long time, but we're back. Thinking about getting back into it, so we're just gonna start with this video and see how it goes. This one is just gonna be 2 healthy breakfast recipes I'm gonna be making for you guys. I made them a few weeks ago and they turned out really good, and they're great for if you're on the go and need something just to grab really quick, running out the door. That's my dog scratching at the door, speaking of that. But they're great just for on the go, packed with protein, good healthy carbs, healthy fats. And they're very versatile in which ways you can change up the recipe and tweak it for your goals. And if you're counting macros or calories, they're great for that. So we're just gonna get started. I'm gonna show y'all all the ingredients and then the baking process, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, so here I've kind of got the ingredients laid out. So we're gonna be making egg white bites, or like egg little muffin things, so like how you've seen at Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. We're gonna do egg whites, and then I'm making some with some whole eggs for Rex. Whole eggs are not bad for you. I just don't have that many fats, so we're just doing egg whites for me, and then I'm doing a pepper, an onion, and then these are also great because you could put in cheese, you could put in deli turkey, different vegetables, things like that. So they're very versatile on what you want to put in. I've got mushrooms over here too. And then here we're gonna make some like muffin banana oat cups. So we're using just the quick Quaker Oats bananas. I know they look really rough, that's why we're using them. And then I actually am putting some protein powder in them, so these are actually going to be pumpkin spice flavored, so you can also do different flavors of protein powder to make them different, obviously, flavors. Then we got ground cinnamon and then just some vanilla. So we're going to be making these in some muffin tins, so I've got these set up over here. Obviously just going to spray these with some non-stick cooking spray just to keep them from sticking, and then we're going to put them in the oven. Yes, my oven is ancient looking, don't mind it. We moved and this is what was here, and we haven't bought another one yet, so here we are. So anyway, so these are the ingredients, so now we're just gonna chop these things up right here so we can put them in the muffin tins. And I'm gonna measure out these egg whites too, just so I know how many's in each cup and I can track it easier that way as well. And then we're gonna bake them in the oven. And then the muffins, we're going to mash up these bananas first and then add in our mix-ins, and these are also versatile as well, as you can add in, blueberries, chocolate chips, strawberries. You can add in different things as well just to give different flavors, textures, so tons of options. So we're gonna get working on this. Somebody did this on a YouTube video the other day. Do you put your eggs in the trash or back in the carton after you've used them? Like, do you do this and like put it back in the fridge with the rest of the eggs, or do you throw them in the trash? Comment below. There is the right answer. I saw these the first time. I know I mentioned Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts has them now. These egg white bites, but I saw them first on Kerrigan Pike. She's an iFood Pro, Bikini Pro. She made them on her YouTube before, so I saw them there before. I've made these a few times over the last few years, but I just hadn't made them in a long time. So when I made them the other day, they ended up being a really easy thing to do because you just put them in the oven and don't have to worry about cooking egg whites every morning. And they do refrigerate pretty well, I think. So there's something I like to make for the week and then just kind of eat them throughout the week. They're good to have. I don't know what that is. It's like a glob of egg white. Kind of weird. So these I'm making for Rex, like I said, with the full eggs. So I'm not measuring anything because he doesn't track macros or anything. So I'm not measuring it, but with mine, I will measure out the egg whites before I put them into the muffin tins. So I know exactly, I'll just make a recipe in my Fitness Pal and then put however many servings I'm gonna have, and just divide that out with how many muffin cups I have. Because last time I filled them with the vegetables first, and then I just put egg whites on top. And I did measure out my egg whites, but because I didn't like measure the vegetables I put in each one, the amount of egg whites was different. So I'm gonna put my egg whites in first this time and then just add in my vegetables after. So I'll have a more accurate estimate of how many egg whites are in each muffin. And you kind of, I think, just want to fill them up to about 3/4 of the way full, so then you have room for your toppings or add-ins, if you will. So you have space, and then they'll basically be filled all the way up to the top, and they don't rise or anything, so that's fine. And don't mind my animals scratching at the door because their dad is outside and they want to go outside too. So that's what that noise is. I think I'm just gonna make 6 for him and then 6 for me. It's kind of just how it worked out. And these you're gonna bake at 350. I think I baked them for about 20-25 minutes last time. But I just kind of kept an eye on them, and once they were not liquid in the center, then they were done. So now I'm just gonna add in my peppers and onions, a little bit in each one. Like I said, you can do cheese, turkey, different vegetables if you want to, herbs, whatever your soul desires. This is just what we had and what I wanted to put in them. And like I said, these are customizable to your goals. So whatever you're trying to achieve, you can definitely customize these things. I'm gonna do salt and pepper for seasoning, so nothing fancy there. I'm just gonna add a little more egg whites on those couple that are a little smaller. So these are great like for on the go because you can just microwave them, put them in a little bowl, Tupperware, and take them on the go if you need to. Eat them in the car. You can also, I guess, you know, if you wanted to put like ketchup or whatever on them, you could. But we're just gonna do salt and pepper. And you can make them with whole eggs or egg whites, so you can have just a pure protein thing, or you can have some fats in there as well. our bananas mashed up completely. The other day when I made these, I used more like green bananas, so they were not as ripe. They mashed up definitely easier this time, but I don't know if it'll taste any different. But I just used obviously a hand mixer, got them mashed up really well. So the recipe I used for these, I got off Pinterest, so I will try to insert a picture of it here if I can figure out how to do that. But these I manipulated as well because I added the protein powder, so it did not have that in there originally. So this is something you can also play with your ratios and how much of each ingredient you use. So last time I just did 3 bananas and 1.5 cups of oats. This time I got 4 bananas. I may do the same amount of oats. We'll see kind of what the texture turns out to be. Because the protein powder makes it a lot drier, so I had to change it a little bit because it changes the texture of it. So we're just gonna do like another 1/2 cup. And this is also something else. I just made a recipe in my Fitness Pal with all the ingredients, and it automatically calculated the macros for me and the calories. So that's something you can try to do if you need to do that, or if you're not tracking, then you don't have to worry about it. So we're just gonna mix this together, and then we're gonna add in our protein powder. I just did 1 scoop the other day. So these are not like super high protein muffins. They're, you know, more carb focused, carb dense, which is fine. But you can manipulate it too. You might could even add egg whites to it to see if it, you know, add more protein, but that will change the texture a little bit. So it's just something to play with, experiment. There's always different ways you can do different recipes to make them fit your goals. So we're gonna do 1 scoop of this. And last time I think I made 5 muffins, 5 or 6. The recipe off Pinterest calls for, it says 24, but it's actually mini muffins, so it's like the tiny ones, and I did not realize that at first. So it really makes 12 regular muffins with the recipe on the Pinterest account. But I did cut that recipe in half. So the day when I made it, I wasn't trying to have 24 muffins, so I cut it in half and ended up giving me 5 or 6, I think. So they are very dense though, so they don't fluff up like a muffin, so they don't really rise. So you can fill the muffin tins up all the way and don't really have to worry about them overflowing at all. And we're just gonna do some cinnamon. So we're going the pumpkin flavor route. These definitely smell like fall. So I know it's May 30th, May 31st. But anyways, here we are. My favorite scents and smells are fall related. So we're just gonna do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is actually vanilla flavoring, which is not the same thing, but that's what I got. So I'm just gonna use it till it's gone. So we're just gonna mix these up. So like I said, you can make chocolate chip muffins, you can make blueberry, you can get just vanilla protein powder so it doesn't add any flavor, and then add in whatever you want to. So this is kind of the texture we got going right here. So a little bit liquidy, you know, kind of like a muffin batter. The batter's probably pretty good too if you want to just eat the batter. But anyways, we're gonna make muffins. So I already got our muffin tins. They have eggs in them right now. So we're gonna cook those, and then we're gonna put these in the muffin tins as well. First, we're gonna put these into the oven. So here's the finished product over here. Don't mind the trash can over there. We've got our egg whites and then our eggs. So we're gonna put these in the oven really quick and get these cooking. And then, like I said, 20-25 minutes, and then we will do the muffins. I just said that really weird. Wonder how many times I can say muffins in this video. Anyways, okay. That's in there. Gonna start my timer. Got these situated. We're just gonna put these in the muffin tins next. There's another muffin for those of you keeping count. And these are gonna bake for, I believe, around 20 minutes. I'll double check and see. They're very dense, so like I said, they don't really rise, And there's nothing in here that has to be necessarily cooked all the way through because there's no eggs or dairy. So as far as the cooking process, they just kind of like congeal together and, you know, become a solid muffin. When you go to store these though, after you bake them, I just put them in a plastic bag and put them on the counter. So when I did that though, as the week went on, they kind of started getting like this sticky stuff on the outside, and then when you bit into it, it kind of like strung out. So I don't know if it's the banana or what it is, but like they almost, I don't know if they like just spoil fast. I don't know what it would be, why, if it's the banana or what it is. So I would, we're gonna refrigerate them from now on. So I'll put them in the fridge for storage. So we will see how that goes. Yeah, so we'll pick back up once the eggs are done and the muffins are going in the oven. So these are the egg ones, and then we have the egg white. It's like you see how sometimes it'll do this little thing right here, but it's like it's hard. It looks like it might still be wet, but it's not. So they did kind of puff up a little bit. These more so than those. All right guys, so here are the banana oat ones. So they made 6. I tried to obviously just spread them out as evenly as possible. And I'll just create the recipe in my Fitness Pal so I'll know exactly what the macros and calories are for each one. So now these are gonna go in the oven as well for 25 minutes or so, and we will check back in a bit on them. And over here I just put our egg bites. I just flipped the muffin tin over totally. For some reason the egg white ones do have like these little holes, like little indentions. I don't know why. The whole egg ones do not. So it's kind of different. But anyways, just a little egg bite. Pretty neat. So those are just gonna cool, and then we will store them in a container in the fridge. Alright guys, so we got them banana oat muffins out. Here's just got them all cooling right here on this cooling rack. See, they're like they're pretty dense, and I kind of mutilated it getting out of the muffin tin. But anyways, so they just get kind of brown on the edges, and they eventually kind of like get where they're solid and they're not, any mushy at all in the center. Ended up cooking them for about 20 minutes. So depending on how high you fill them and how thick your batter is and stuff, that'll affect the cooking time, but turned out pretty good. They smell amazing. So they're great for breakfast or even like a little snack. Great for pre-workout, got some carbs, a little bit of protein, not much fat. So perfect for that. So those are that. Well, I guess that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Just let me know if you try these recipes and if they are good. If you make any changes, drop it down in the comments down below so we can all share in these, healthy food recipes and help us to stay on track with these good ideas. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you would like to see from me, recipes, workouts, more like sit down talk videos about certain topics related to, health and fitness and exercise. I'll be glad to do that. I'm a certified personal trainer, exercise physiologist, so I know a little bit about this kind of stuff. Obviously learning more every day, especially getting into this bodybuilding community lifestyle. So if you guys have any ideas, just let me know. I'll be glad to cover something or, learn about something and share it with you guys as well. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, post fitness content there as well. Yeah, so this will wrap up this video. See you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.